Women can't change the world, Rob. Let's look at this. Let's take this away from Bonnie for a second.
But haven't you said that feminism's just taken over?
Feminism was given to women by men. Men are the only ones who can project force, Rob. Feminism is a male movement. Do you think if women march around in the street outside, anybody gives a The only reason they get away with it is because men stand around them with guns. Men enforce feminism. Men project force. If women really wanted to fight the patriarchy, and they don't, trust me, the reason they say they want to fight the patriarchy is because the patriarchy doesn't fight back. If it became a real fight, patriarchy versus women, it would last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And when the riot horses start storming in with the batons, women would very quickly get back in the kitchen. So there's no such thing as female power. It's given to them by men. And it's given to them by subsects of men who are actually trying to damage masculinity.
Okay, that's interesting too. It's given to women by men, feminism, 100%. And guess what, ladies? It can also be taken away. It can also be taken away. Guys aren't doing that. Guys are stronger. Guys don't go march in the street with signs and write their boobs out and ooh, that's not what it's about. When guys really want to get shit done, it's a war. That's called a war, okay? If guys wanted to take your feminism away that they gave you, they would do it already and it would be done. What does that say about men? What does that say about men? They're such terrible people. They gave me all of these rights, and some of them have been twisted now and distorted and aren't really good, right? You ruined that, ladies, some of you. But if they wanted to take it away, they would. They're not doing it. Maybe be nice about that. Just saying. This is a really interesting point, too. Women can't change the world. Women will take offense to that. But this is all about force, right? If someone really intimidating, bring it down to your level, right? You think about war and it becomes too much, right? You can't really. But if you were, say, on your block, right? Say there was people were having disagreements or whatever, and a bunch of really small, petite women my size. I'm 5'4" and 115 pounds on a good day, right? And say we all come out and we're we're not going to stand for this. Do you think really anyone's intimidated by that? No. If a whole bunch of guys that look like Andrew Tate start walking out and saying, we're not doing this, suddenly people start getting taken seriously, right? Women can't change the world because we can't exert force. We don't have enough strength to do it. We're not going to go to the front lines of battle. That's not what our job is, right? However, we have told ourselves, no, women do change the world. And women, I saw a clip the other day. Candace Owens was talking to some nitwit, some idiot feminist. And she was going on, well, I believe that women can do everything that men can do. Honey, you can't do it. Really? Okay, let's pick a big, strong man and you and send them into battle. And good luck, honey. Ooh, I'll stand by with some water and an oxygen tank. It's not true. And you're lying to women every day by telling them that it is true. It's not true. So women can't change the world, and women only have these rights because men said, here, take them, which frankly, some of you are probably regretting given what women did with those opportunities and how they vote, frankly. Every time someone horrible is elected to office, everyone looks at the young, is it not true? Young, single women ruin every election. Every single one. I'm sure there's guys out there being like, oh man, sorry, we gave them the right to vote. It's just true, right? Things would be sane if it weren't for these now government dependents or dumb. Oh, I'm an empowered woman. I want to elect a socialist because I'm a nitwit. Yeah. Woo! Pom poms. We all know it's true. I'm just saying it, right? We all know it's true.
Women can't change society. Bonnie can't change anything. She's a symptom of the society she grew up in.
She thinks she can change men's mental health.
No, she's saying she can help with men's mental health, but she can't change society. Women, by and large, can't do anything. Women can march all day, every day. Nobody gives a
saw women marching there now, I'd look and think, oh, now what have they done, Chipped-a-nail? If I saw men
that's
marching,
called a revolution.
Think, God, something's going wrong. Something's happening.
Because men can be
violent.
violent.
Isn't it interesting in this interview how she has a lot of common sense too? It's fascinating, actually. It's really, I'm not saying she's making good decisions, and I'm not saying her contribution to society is good, but she's not afraid to be honest, which is I think that's why he gets along with her, right? First of all, he gets along with her because she functions like a man, right? It's not being friends with a woman. This is a man, right? She's very masculine. And also she's just not, I get the sense from him, I don't know him personally, that he just has no patience for phonies. And I don't either, right? So I watch this and I'm like, well, at least she's being honest, right? And it's true. You see a whole bunch of women marching. If you look out your window If you look out your window and you see a whole bunch of women like me with signs marching, do you get concerned? You're like, oh, it's probably is a farmer's market coming to my neighborhood. Are they mad about something? You don't even go outside. You see a whole bunch of men that look like Andrew Tate or, whoever, big, strong guys, and they're marching or something's going on outside. You're like, shit, is my town being taken over? Like, what? Is there what uprising? Where's my gun? Right? Because you're like, it just is. That's why women can't change the world, though, because it's brute force, and the ability to exert brute force is a superpower. We don't have it. Now, I know some idiot is going to go, but Chad, some feminist watching, will be like, did you not see the female boxer? Yeah, honey. Did you not see her in the ring with a guy get pounded? That's my point.
A revolution requires warriors, and that's why men and masculinity is under such constant attack. That's why they're trying to get rid of me. That's why they don't like what I say, because when you have men who are prepared to stand up for something, we're seen as a threat to the system. That's why masculinity in and of itself is attacked, because they don't want men who stick up for themselves, because if you stick up for yourself, you stick up for society, which is why they use feminism and they weaponize it to destroy the masculine instinct. Because if women have more power than men, and if you can't even have a family, and you can't even tell your own wife what to do, why are you going to try and have any vested interest in society?
Do you see why people can't stand this guy, though? Every time I do something related to Andrew Tate, every single time, without fail, I get messages. People are mad. Oh, he's an idiot. You're way better than him, Jed, because, he did the webcam, whatever. And because they read the headlines that he's a misogynist, and they didn't study the case, but instead read the Guardian's coverage of it or some crap. They didn't do the research themselves. But this guy, this is why people really can't stand him. The powers that be, the system, this stuff. Because he's telling men, be men. He's reminding them, be a masculine man. Don't take this crap. Don't take it from, the Bill Gates of the world. Don't take it from your girlfriend. Don't be a doormat. And he really understands that if they take down men, it's over. It's over. What are we going to do? You think I'm going to be able to stand up against the Bill Gates of the world? No, you need these big, strong guys. You need, when somebody rolls in with a mandate, right? You need a guy, big, strong men with guns at the door saying, try me, try me. That's what you need. He knows that. So you need guys with balls, right? That's all that matters in society. Do you have men with balls willing to stand up to the right people? That's it. End of story. End of story. That's why they can't stand this guy. Because A, he doesn't give a shit what you say about him, right? He doesn't care. And B, his message is because he's telling guys at the root. He's saying, in your own home, be a man. You got to do it in your own home first. In order to be able to ricochet that energy out, you got to build that in the foundation. So if you can't be the man of the house, how are you expected to do anything in your community or at large? Inspiring men to grow a pair of balls. Society hates that, right? They want all these emasculated, feminized, bullshit men. That's why they can't stand them.